What's up? Mr. Rose here to explain to you how to factor by greatest common factor, GCF, as we know. So if we're given a polynomial like 3 plus 9v to the third power, what's common to them? What's the greatest common to them? And there are various ways of knowing this, okay? First, you go with the coefficient. What's common between 3 and 9? 3 and 9 are both divisible by 3. There are several ways of doing this one here. In middle school, they teach you the ladder way, 9 and 3. What's common between 9 and 3? It's just going to be 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. What's common between 1 and 3? Nothing more except 1, so the GCF is 3 there. So I'm going to put the 3 outside. And then, is it common to them to have a variable, or do both of them have v? No, only this one here. So the GCF is 3. So how do you factor the 3 here? There are several ways. It's the opposite of distributive property. What number should I put here? When I distribute the 3, I'll get the question back. Or the easier one that I showed to other classes, that I divide this by the GCF. What's 3 divided by 3? 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Since there's no other v, just copy the v3, and that's the answer there. So again, let's repeat what happened here. I find the GCF between 3 and 9. I can use this way, the middle school way, the ladder way. And then once I learn the GCF is 3, I divide each term by 3 because that's a GCF. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, 9 divided by 3 is 3. And if there's no v, there's no variable, the denominator, just copy the v3. That's it. Number 2. Negative 2x squared plus 20x plus 18x to the 5th power. What's the GCF between 2, 20, and 18? All of them are divisible by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, 20 divided by 2 is 10, 18 divided by 2 is 9. And 1, 10, 9, there's no other common, so that means the GCF is 2. Do all of them have x? Yes, they do. Now here, in this case, they all have x. Pick the smallest power of the x. This is x2, that's x1, and this is x5. So x1 will be the GCF. So what will be the item inside our parentheses? Again, what we do, we divide it by our GCF, which is 2x1 divided by 2x1, 2x1. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. x2 divided by x1, we subtract the exponent. 2 minus 1 is x1. 20 divided by 2 is 10. x1 divided by x1 is crossed out. 18 divided by 2 is 9. x5 divided by x1 is x to the 4th power. And there you have it, and that's the answer. 20, 15, and 10. What's the GCF there? 20, 15, and 10. They're all always weigh 5. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 10 divided by 5, it's 2. So you know that the GCF there will have a 5. All of them have y, so I will copy this y here, which is the smallest y, which is y1. And I'm going to divide them all by 5y1. $20 divided by 5 is 4, which is same thing as here. 15 divided by, y4 divided by y1 is y to the 3rd, because you subtract 4 and 1. 15 divided by 5, it's 3. y1, they're perfectly same, so it's going to cancel. 20 divided by 5, it's 2. y3 divided by y1, if we subtract 3 and 1, becomes y squared. And that's the answer. Number 4. Negative 24, 4, 12, 8. All of them are divisible by what number? You're right, it's 4. Now, the difference between number 4 to the other example, they have multiple variables here. In this case, we have x and y. So let's pick the smallest. Do all of them have x? They have x here, x there, x, x. So yes, all of them have x. The smallest x is just x there. Y squared, y cubed, y squared, y fifth. The smallest y is y squared. So that's my GCF. I divide it by 4xy squared, 4xy squared, 4xy squared, 4xy squared. What goes inside the parentheses? Negative 24 divided by 4 is negative 6. X divided by x is cancelled out. Y squared is cancelled out because they're the same. 4 divided by 4 is 1, so this will be just 1 there. You can leave it blank, invisible 1. X divided by x is cancelled. Y cubed divided by y squared, you subtract 3 and 2, that becomes y1. 12 divided by 4, it's 3. X cubed divided by x1, you subtract 3 and 1, that becomes x squared. Y2 divided by y2 is cancelled. Negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. X4 divided by x1 is x to the third power. Y to the fifth to the y squared is y to the third. And that's the answer. And that's how you factor GCF, okay? So make sure you copy every item here and get ready for your question. And for your code, it's right here. Have a good day. Kaboom.